We have Shadowed Exile, a beloved map by many, one of the latest additions to the pool. Expansions are definitely possible. What are the hero choices? Is 1-0 experimental? No, it's not. There's one dominant hero choice, and that is the Lich, destroying humans pretty much single-handedly. And INFI is, of course, going for the tried and true Archmage to enable that expansion. We shouldn't be surprised to see 2-base, and lots of tier 3 action.
The key for the human here is to have a stable early game, to ideally get the expo lead timing-wise, the tech lead timing-wise, and then have a strong MK timing towards the mid-game. Because you need to get ready, you need to get into good position, because the Lich is going to be pumping out crazy damage numbers. That much is basically a given. If you fall behind early in the expo timing, in the level ups, in the tech timing, you're going to be in for a rough game. So INFI, he needs to be on point right from the get-go.
Right on. Archmage out. Is INFI sharp? We'll see about that. In the 2s, he looked alright. The combo just didn't stick the landing there. We go for the creeping on both sides. This also confirms, of course, counter expansion. The all-in times in this matchup for the Undead is over. And we have a slow start, but things will heat up quickly. The first indicator, I guess, how clean is the creeping.
AM here saving mana, I was about to say, never mind. Using the Water Elemental, took some damage to the peasants. Two of those peasants looking very ripe for a bit of a frost burn. If the Lich makes it across. Great footy timing, by the way. Sees the Haunted coming up very greedy. I can't imagine that one's going to come through. Looks like an easy cancel. First opportunity for the AM.
Yeah, we have seen the same build yesterday on Echo Alt versus Sock. It seems to be a new play by 1-0. Usually we see Ziggurat into Haunted, sometimes even upgraded Ziggurat into Haunted. But 1-0 wants the gold influx earlier, and that's an easy target for this Archmage if you can get the Water Elemental through, and you do. And I think INFI getting a little bit of momentum done here, very important for his play overall.
Interesting that he didn't run the Water Elemental into the green camp to throw away the early game. Nice little touch here by INFI.
I'm such a fucking hater, dude. What the fuck?
Sorry, I had to get it. Dude, to be honest, that was the worst play of all of yesterday. But INFI here gets it done, gets the cancel. That should have been easy. And yeah, the perfect footy scout provides this for him. Of course, it comes at a price. He's using some footies, he's using some Water Elementals. This is where the Lich can pull ahead and still be in a good position, even if his expo is later. The human expo timing seems terrific. Gonna be done in a couple seconds here.
To even things out, Remo, what was the best play of yesterday?
The town is under siege.
Hard for you to say something positive, huh?
Okay, you got me there. Normally I do. Wait. I have to look through the list now because my brain can't remember shit.
We have another cancelled expo, and INFI is playing a fine early game with that circlet. His expo is up already. He's sturdying this up too with an arcane tower, and the tech shall then follow in a bit when he has enough lumber, and that is then a clean expo timing. Goes on the cost of a level on the Archmage. And Mr. Remo Demo, did you think about yesterday?
It was 1-0, beating Lawliot on Last Refuge with the Worm timing push. Perfectly executed, everything managed beautifully after a stellar early game. Where 1-0 looked pretty much perfect.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, that was a devilish push. Holy shit. Might see some of them later. If life steps in the ring as well. So we got the tech, and that is a 4-minute 50 tech timing for INFI.
Yeah, this is actually a beautiful early game by INFI. Like, this is perfect early game. This is textbook human versus undead. This is chef's kiss glory, and this is kind of, I don't want to jinx anything, but this is kind of the way he played in that win in the Gladiator Championship about 10 days ago.
Yeah.
This has great potential. This is a beautiful early game here by INFI.
To put this into perspective for newer viewers, for a long time we said if the human is teching at the 6-minute mark, that's alright. This has shifted forward a little bit to like 5:30. If the tech timing is 5:30, that's good. INFI teching prior to 5 minutes is speed running this.
Yeah, and he's got the shredder. He's gonna have infinite lumber. This also opens up lots and lots of militia call opportunities. It also means losing peasants won't be so painful. The only issue is, with its early game, casting expansion and whatnot, you are low on experience. AM is still not level 3, but he's damn close. And if he gets that and can trade well, and can manage not to fall too far behind the Lich, then this is, I must repeat myself, a great spot indeed. Look at this beautiful footy scouting as well. He knows exactly where the Lich is. 1-0 though, also scouting very well with his skellies. Oh, is that level 3, perhaps? Oh, almost.
Almost. Seems like we're pushing into the undead base at a very fortunate timing. Graveyards might be under attack. Life has done this in the past. Altar can be under attack. Not too many herd ghouls. Okay, runs into the creeps. The humans, man. Running into creeps all the time.
I think he was thinking about going for a shredder for, you know, a little bit of pressure here. Very expensive though. Double shredder?
Zeppelin? Is it available already?
Nope. At daytime though. 7 minutes 20. AM, not the tankiest of heroes. This is gonna be, yeah. He has a TP pretty soon.
Can he line of sight?
Ooh. Is he really risking this?
He is. Nova's ready, and it works
Bro.
out. Good to
INFI
see
is playing
confidence
on the
building.
edge,
Yeah,
but he's doing it perfectly. This is some high level stuff right here.
exactly.
Very, very good.
Yeah, his team captain was criticizing a little bit, you know. I said this earlier. I try to save my team here, and you guys are playing meaningless show matches. INFI
Zapper.
fired up. Zeppelin, Sapper, maybe a drop, and off we go. Can he break the towers, and can he slow down this economy? Rather not. Lich is here.
Yeah, Sappers are very common on this map. 1-0 is scouting for it already. He sees it with the Skelly. Really good scouting here by 1-0. Really good awareness. But still, the timings, tier 3 and so on, are favoring the human.
Zapper is running away. Boink! Explodes into the rat camp. Not too much damage done, but the Zeppelin threat is still there, and rest of the army is also making his way across. Now, main base under fire.
Lich now level 4. This +4 int. He's got really good right click. And the level 2 Dark Ritual, that is, I think, the craziest thing about the Lich. The mana sustain that this gives you, especially if you eat A-bombs. We're not there yet. We're gonna have to wait a while for that. But for 240 gold, which is the cost of an A-bomb, you can get 500 mana, which is crazy.
Yep. Unlimited mana, unlimited Nova, unlimited destruction in this matchup. Plus, we have double claw that also adds to this. INFI is trying to find holes in the defense of 1-2-0, who maneuvers this really well. Of course, this gives time for tech, and we got, for INFI's sake, a very, very standard play. He has been experimenting a lot with Mass Air and was the last human to play Mass Griffins in this matchup. Here, today, just regular Knights and Gyros.
And maybe he took a lesson there from that series I mentioned earlier, the Gladiator Championship, where he defeated 1-0, 3-2 in a very impressive BO5. There he played one game of Griffins, and that was the... No, he played 2 games, actually. One, he was super far ahead, he could win. The other game, he was not super far ahead, and he went Griffins, and that's what cost him the game. That could have been the 4-1 instead. And doing all this yapping, I think we missed a Sapper here, right? One must have connected and blew up a tower.
Okay. Not the end of the world. It's a little bit of economy, and the Zeppelin crashes. Okay. I don't think it's that meaningful, as this was only footmen here. The heroes are still alive. Still annoying.
Yeah, and he got value out of the footies while he could. Tried to limit the undead creeping. But the undead creeping is looking absolutely fine and dandy. The levels, I should say, perhaps. DK level 2, nice. Lich level 4, very nice. He's actually really close to 5, which is scary.
INFI's big strength for 15 years. Make use of these footmen. They will die eventually, but make the enemy pay for the kills here. Mountain King develops a little bit, goes for clap against fiends. I like that, if you can sustain that mana-wise. And we're ramping up the army. Knights coming in, and even a token tank.
Yeah, when you're ahead on the timing, when you have the faster tier 3, you can get away with this. If you are behind, if you didn't have a good early game, you have to pump out gyros first. You need to be safe. But here, there's room. There's space for INFI to go for something like this. I like it.
Okay. Plus, we get the 1-0 creeping up. Close to level 5 already, man. This Lich, all the humans should be worried about this Lich.
No, Pally needs to make sure not to take the wrong turn. like the slasher movie from the 2000s. And that's a fast level 5 Lich. Ooh, baby. Get ready for the big numbers.
INFI speedrunning tech, 120 speedrunning level 5 Lich. What's gonna be more important here? We got the Pally out, Stormbolt to create some distance. Paladin can throw out the Holy Light now. But he might also be blocked. Staff ready. 120 is turning up the heat, I think.
True. But also, again, well handled by INFI. Use the Stormbolt to slow down the Lich. Gets the Holy Light out before the Staff. Like, this is all super min-maxed. Like, INFI is actually playing this amazing. But it's still a scary push that he's looking towards.
3 knights coming. Gyro done for free, and that was the only one. If 120 knew... Oh, apparently he does know. Destroyer immediately. No statue to siphon mana off of. Interesting to see. No guard towers here either. He wasn't afraid of any destroyers at all, and now he doesn't have any defense against it.
There's a TP on the DK, by the way, can get out if necessary. Otherwise, this would be very scary indeed. MK shows up. He's got the Stormbolt and the Clap. Yesterday, we saw Clap being skipped on one occasion, but here he has it early. Militia joining now as well for the fight. Could be easy victims, though, to the Nova.
Kiting away. Gyro's coming in. Quick to produce. And this push didn't end up anywhere. Gets 1 Gyro. They are rather cheap and fast to produce, but per supply, most expensive unit in the game. And the fragility of INFI's anti-air still noticeable.
Couple of fiends going down, though. 2 of them denied, by the way, with Ritual Dagger and with Dark Ritual. So little experience gained. And experience here is going to be the name of the game, I think. Higher level heroes might decide this ultimately. We are
switching to Abominations. You mentioned the value they have with the Dark Ritual. And what a front line they provide to keep the Fiends safe. Army for 120, not super impressive. Heroes for INFI, not super impressive. And vice versa. Can INFI handle that heat? I think, you know, 120 didn't do much damage here at all.
Yeah, I think it's okay. INFI is still playing this really well, still holding really well. Next Dark Ritual, yep. MK still thirsting for more experience. Pally isn't even level 2 here.
Movement everywhere on the map. I'm not sure if that tank actually ever did something, but I really like the tactical approach of causing distraction with just one tank if you have the upgrades. Oh, sweet surround here as well. Can go for a Ziggurat, maybe keep 120 supply block somewhere. The hero nuke is there, but doesn't really land. There's also early stabs. There's a lot of Holy Light, good mana management. Very, very cool Warcraft on display here.
Yeah, INFI also realizing the importance of staff. As I pointed out yesterday, Undead basically has infinite mana with this build, with this strategy. So you need infinite healing as the human. Triple staff will be mandatory. Cooling down right now. Now the peasants are falling. Gold income is being reduced. INFI wants to set up a flank, it seems.
Forces are under attack.
Coming from the shop. Oh, intercepting a Fiend here. And the Gyros. 2 of them connecting. Not that easy to get the Destro in, but the DK also has full mana. Waiting for that level 3. Bit greedy.
Destroyers, by the way, you cannot Dark Ritual, since they're magicking. So that's always a guaranteed experience. Another downside of Destroyers.
True. That's why Abominations are the meta. Destroyer now gone, and that's a lot of freedom for the Knights, of course.
Great timings on the Militia as well, using them to push back if necessary. Of course, also benefiting from the strong Knight upgrades. They're sharing it. 2-2 right now for the Knights. 3-3. Absolutely a possibility here if this game goes long enough.
15 minutes in. We set up...
Otisor needs way more upgrades. He's way too low on upgrades.
A player's force is
working on it. 2-0, almost done. We have Kid Towers and some Peasant kills. Lumber is not an issue, though. Gold might be. Did not resaturate the gold mine. And another flank, another backstab.
Yeah, I love that. Now Militia Call from the main base would be sick, but there's not really any peasants left over. This means also now the pure army supply could get really high for the human fighting force. He's down in supply right now, but we have to consider the peasants here. So this is still looking pretty good for INFI, but he needs more levels. I think also this is why Otisor is being so aggressive here. He doesn't want to give any time for the second and third hero to level up and creep on this map.
Statue might fall here. Staff again used well. The Nova on the 2 Knights might lead to some kills, but 120 very, very hurt. INFI trying to cover the retreat and slow down the Fiends. Procs once. Can't get a connection though. Clap now for additional crowd control. Fiends are having a tough time to get away from Knights.
Interestingly, yesterday we saw the other human using lots of Stormbolt on the Lich, right, to limit his damage. I think INFI is doing almost none of that. Always targeting the units instead, looking for those kills. The 1-0 might be the one to find more kills. There goes another Knight.
Mountain King in trouble. Staff on cooldown. Might need a Holy Light, and it's only ready in 3 seconds. MK out of the fight for now. 1-0 is taking this fight here with lots of Knight kills and forcing INFI out. No level 3 Mountain King still. He was on the verge of dying there, and 1-0 can stay on the map, can go for the shop if he wants to. Great macro, spending the resources the entire time, and the gyros flying straight into the Fiends, not punished.
Gyro bombs might be worth considering, but INFI's kind of broke. Can't even afford the 3rd staff right now. He needs that 3rd staff bad on the pally.
1-0, man. Clutch as always in this matchup late game. 20,000 damage Lich at minute 17. That is just absurd. And now 4 abominations. So much meat.
All arriving at the same time. Goodness. And one gets eaten immediately. And there we go. Full mana on the Lich. Going right up to 500. INFI needs that staff really bad.
Keep it 500, and that's some freebie gyros as well. They were flying around there way too long, unpunished. Lich 5.5 in levels now. We do have the level 3 Mountain King. The stronger clap was chosen, interestingly.
Yeah, I think that's the right choice. We're in the late game. We got the big armies. You want that AoE clap, I would say. And flanks. You want to set up flanks. Come in from 2 sides. The Knights are coming from the left.
But 1-0. Oh, okay. We get a connection to 2 of these Fiends. Maybe even 3, but the damage isn't there yet. Take some time to set this up. Smart play by INFI. First Knight again nuked, and Invo Potions already. Staff's ready as well. We can take this fight a little longer. What a decisive moment this is.
Peasants missing, by the way, at the expansion. Gold income right now, lacking a little bit, but some good kills being found here. Fiend goes down, A-bomb goes down, even the Shredder is fighting, the supply still even, and the triple staff is now in play.
DK surrounded, gets the TP out. Holy, can we get another Knight? The Shredder as an additional.
So well. He is playing this so goddamn well.
25,000, 26,000 damage at the 18-minute mark. The numbers of this Lich is just absurd now. Love that INFI is also scouting for a 3rd base behind all this chaos. Could have surely been a play by 1-0, as 3rd bases are oftentimes the win condition in this matchup. But there is nothing to be found.
I'm kind of surprised INFI didn't go for creeping right away. With that TP force, he had a bit of time to creep, but first he went back to healing. Didn't actually get the creeping in. Pally 3 would be such a huge level up here.
People try to get scouting information constantly. This tank is not only scouting, but also making sure that there is no expo. Ghouls have to take care of that now. But you talked about creeping, and there is creeping. Unfortunately, it is on the undead side in the middle. Contested camp goes to 1-0 for that level 3, and also Boots of Keltaraz. But not only is 1-0 thinking about an expo, INFI as well.
Thinking about the 3rd. Not sure if these towers have been seen. There was a Skelly Scout up there. Healthstone, by the way, nice to get.
Shredder for free to the creeps.
Pally isn't quite level 3 yet. If he gets that green camp here solo, maybe he could get it.
1-0 muscling up yet another attack. Supply gap is growing. Knight's not on the field yet. Uh-oh, and those might be some freebies if INFI doesn't notice this. Oh, but he does.
Did notice, did see. Level 3s. This is good hero levels now for INFI. He is now working with better tools, but he seems to be a bit low on Knights at the moment.
Mass abominations or high-level human heroes. What's the winner? The clap is sick! Knights are coming in now as well. This retreat is almost impossible for 1-0. When is it time to get the TP out? Trying to nuke Paladin. Invo Potion at the ready. Stays in that fight. Fiends getting slaughtered.
Cannon tower about to be up. That's going to be another little bit of additional help. Goddamn, what a game by INFI! But the Pally goes down! The one wrinkle in this beautiful game.
Uh-oh, Archmage was far away, couldn't reach for the staff. Mountain King has to do it all by himself now. Has had a health stone, this Paladin. He could have saved him, actually. The one big mistake in INFI. Is it enough to
painful.
Push 1-0 over the edge?
If he uses that health stone there, he wins the fight, pushes back the undead, and the 3rd is almost secured. That hero loss cost him the 3rd base, for now at least.
Pally back, Tavern, Revive. Love the regeneration scroll against the unholy disease cloud.
You need to react quickly, man. This town hall is hurt.
Oh, no
INFI,
repair.
you need to go.
I think if he repairs, all the workers will be dead. Clap coming in. Again, the Knight flank. It is a weird position here on Shattered Exile. But 1-0. Brute forces this. Expo down.
That is really painful. He can rebuild, but it's going to take a long time. INFI, this one kill, this one loss on the pally, it cost him 2 bases. It would have been the 3rd. And after that, he loses that. He loses also the expansion. Tragic, tragic loss that might cost him the game.
At the same time, 1-0 did build the 3rd behind all these fights. INFI knows this, putting, of course, even more pressure onto him. Currently, no town hall in production. Are there workers coming over? We do. Maybe a bit of long distance mining. Lumber is no issue. You know, he's not punishing this? Oh, forces the unsummon. Oh, okay, okay.
Player's forces are under
Later on, if INFI stays alive, saving gold here right now could help a little bit, but I think he deems it not worthy to re-expand there because it's only 2k in the mine.
Yeah, I suppose so. He's feeling strong right now in these fights. He wants to have as strong of a force as he possibly can muster. Gonna force the TP out here. One fiend goes down, and now every loss is really meaningful.
Like that Knight.
Like that Knight, sadly. Another small mistake that could have been staffed.
31,000 damage on the Lich. I'm not just randomly saying out numbers. I just want to point out how impressive that is. Interesting to see an abomination with curse, by the way, courtesy of the creeps. What's INFI's play? A veteran for over 20 years, multiple-time world champion, one of the most decorated WCG competitors of all time. Might see a limit here now in the late game.
Ooh. Scourge Bone Chimes. That is so good. That's a sick item right here.
Looking good indeed. Lifesteal on melee units. Knights are all melee.
And the destroyers are seen by the Water Elemental. INFI knows he has to now take seriously again the gyros.
Main gold mine's empty.
a player's forces.
Banger first map right here. INFI, almost a perfect game. But, man, playing against 1-0, it's so hard to really bring him down. You see, one mistake, that was the hugest punish on a single mistake I've seen in a while. That pally loss legit cost him 2 bases.
Level 6 Lich around the corner. No level 5 on INFI hurts as well. Ich bin cool, I definitely agree. More lumber mills would have saved INFI. How are you getting gold now? 1-0, second base is done as well. He has, of course, the advantage of being able to sell the buildings.
Yeah, and summoning some towers. Slaughterhouse. 80 supply. That's the last time he's going to reach this number. Trying to buy items. How are we looking there? DK, Invo Potion, Mana Potion. Lich has some good items. All around, though, not the sickest inventory, really, for INFI. For 1-0, excuse me. I feel like INFI's ahead on the items.
With triple staff, you are ahead by default.
Player's forces are under attack.
Might be a bit low on...
I'm just glad the way they're playing this. This is so high level. This is such a joy. Really sick.
That's level 4 on the Dark Ranger. Cloak, okay. It feels like there's gonna be one mistake happen on one side or the other. And that one mistake will decide the game.
I favor the human army here now. The gyros, if positioned well, should be able to win the air battle. We got a lot of knights with good upgrades. They didn't get insane with 3-3, but 2-2 is pretty damn good. Fiends have 2-0 only. A-bombs have nothing. I feel like the Lich is the only one who can win this late game fight, it seems to me. And he has the potential, surely. He's close to level 6 as well.
Might be 40k damage after that fight indeed. Ooh, and there is another expo for 1-0. INFI has to see this and INFI has to act on this. This is the win condition for 1-0 now. The gyros are moving up top. They don't have gyro bombs. Oh, are they? He has the right idea bottom left. Water Elemental sees it. Now he's moving. Oh. They have air vision.
Surely you're going to check it, right?
It must
okay,
be.
Now he sees. Yeah. Okay, well, that gives him a good destination for where to take the fight. This is Minas Tirith right here. In this case, it's the undead having to hold the city to survive and win.
2 hours, 30 minutes on this Saturday for the first Lord of the Ring reference of Mr. Remo Demo, just in case you were wondering.
Players' forces are
Not
under attack.
easy to engage here, man. Like 1-0 will be ready. Everything will be positioned perfectly.
INFI has a lot of time here to set up the perfect knight flank. Some from the south, some from the east. Actually, it's coming in from the same side. I think this is not quite perfect, but it's a strong knight army regardless.
2 destroyers in the air, but the gyros are coming in. Clap is massive against the ghouls. Everything on the line in map 1 in the semifinals. Whoever wins this fight wins the match.
Pally level 4, a good level up here as well. One knight went down. MK Clap is sensational in this late game right here.
Knights moving forward, can't get the connection to the Fiend. Good positioning on 1-2-0. The A-bombs are supposed to save this one. Gyros flying forward over the trees. Destroyer will be wrecked in a sec. Who is it? Saved actually, but just for a little bit. Acolytes fighting and distracting the Paladins. Slow everywhere. We retreat and we have the Token Knight against the Haunted Goldmine. Hero move.
Lich is level 6. What can he do with it? No need for an ultimate here.
Everything is hurt by Disease Cloud, we have to say. Supply-wise, INFI is far ahead, but what about the health?
Ooh, almost a surround here on the Lich, but he has the big invuln. MK going for the Pally. He's trying to get the hero kill on the Pally, but there's a health stone. This time he must remember.
Oh, silence. There's no level of Divine Shield, by the way. Fiends are getting slaughtered. Lich being under fire once again. INFI might be able to close this out. There's plenty of coils, though. Also a way out. Retreating on the Blight. 1-0. Hanging in there.
Lich low mana has to eat something. But now, you know, we saw A-bombs giving so much mana earlier, but now you don't have the gold to just eat A-bombs all day. Lich has to be very cost-efficient mindset right now. That's not the right way to say it, but I think you know what I mean.
Whatever,
INFI anyways,
dude.
he's pushing forward.
Whatever. We need more healing here on the Knights. They're being nowhere over and over. Clap. Once again, so much crowd control. We have level 5 on the Archmage. Brilliance Aura instantly. More mana for Paladin and Mountain King.
AM5 is actually sick here.
Expo done.
Destroyers
Expo
anymore.
done.
Unsummon. INFI getting closer and closer to the first map win.
Oh, that Nova though. He's going for the hero. There is an Invo potion. Can he hold this for 7 seconds? Will he sacrifice too many knights? Maybe. Coil, you trying to free his way in that. Maybe an overcommitment. But it's 30 food ahead. Staff still strong. New knight streaming in. Full health. It takes forever. But they will be there healthy. No more mana on the DK if he's not chucking that potion. Needs to Lich surrounded. How long can he save the carry?
Invuln's there. 15 seconds. He's going to be safe. DK hurt as well. Staff is in again. Trying to get that Lich. Trying to hold it. He's holding it surround. Hold position. That's the Giga Chad move.
Is it though? Is it or is it an overcommitment? Town bottle by 1-0. Staying alive. Can regen up and heal the heroes. There's not much left on either side. 60 food on INFI. Almost 7 knights. Even though 3 only are in the fight. There's a hospital in INFI's home. 4 knights getting healing for free. But they are benched for the moment.
What a sick game by INFI. One big mistake that cost him this game, but outside of that, just immaculate play. This is the textbook. This is how you do it. This is how you do it perfect, basically. And this is so hard to do. God damn, that's impressive. Is the game now won? Is the supply lead enough? The triple staff, absolutely sensational. All those knights healing up. And MK level 5, of course, also a hell of a weapon.
Speaking of sensational, 43,000 damage on the Lich. 43,000 damage. Unheard numbers. If not for triple staff, if not for holy light, this game would be long over. And of course the correct usage, always on point. INFI stemming against the overpowered Lich that we currently have. DK is super close to 5 though, and that can be a game changer.
Army for 1-0 is looking a little underwhelming. We have a couple statues, 2 ghouls, and an A-bomb. All the fiends eliminated. The knights have done the job fantastically. The damage output of this undead army is low outside of the Lich.
Water Elemental gives level 5. Coil Nova level 3 online. Biggest nuke that is available here now. Mountain King also level 5. Hammer to Lich heads. But the DK can go for healing. Trying to go for a surround. Counter nuke. Paladin necessary. Seems to be silenced right now. And is Coil survives it. The madman running back in. Holy light is essential now. Lich in trouble on the other side. Long range maybe. Only for an A-bomb. Punished by a Nova. Mountain King now benched for a long time.
Needs to be holy lighted. With that, he heals up faster. Pally's on the job. The Knights are fighting well. The Knights need to make sure, though, not to die one by one. A Skelly snowball here could still be scary.
Nova, big. Trying to retreat into the safety of the cannon tower. A little bit of help here. Trying to chew through one more A-bomb. The statues are such a massive help for 1-2-0. 20 food lead, but plummeting.
MK back in. He's full HP, full mana. Here is the boss returning. And Lich's mana is going to be running out at some point. When there's no more units left, there's no more Dark Ritual.
Okay, statues are there for a long time. Holy Light taking out that A-bomb. And again, time to heal for INFI. 240 gold. That is a regen scroll. I love this. Many people are not healing up against the disease cloud, Night Elf. But INFI constantly having that regen scroll running.
This is just a beauty to see. Also, the way he used the staff, the way he held on to it, the way he used the Holy Light. This is so easy, by the way, to make one slip up, lose a hero, lose the game.
DK!
I mean, he lost one hero. But the DK might be the one falling. What about the Archmage? He's a squishy fella.
Staff on cooldown. Oh no, you need this AM for the aura. Staff is ready. Holy shit, INFI coming in so clutch. Long range bolt. Oh my god. INFI holding on to deal life with the heroes. The stats you have to work overtime. Holy Light used.
Okay.
Mountain King could go for the kill, and he does.
You got it.
INFI, the first player to defeat 1-0 in the playoffs.
That was a crazy good game. Only map 1, only part of the task, but that was beautiful. When everything comes together, when these humans play on such a high level, it is amazing. Man, was that a hard game. And well won, well deserved.
Insane play by INFI. Also a phenomenal game by 1-0 once again. Warcraft on the top level. This is why the INFI and 1-0 matches are so exciting. For over a decade, they just match so super well. Feels good, man. Feels good. And we have a semi-final on our hands. Finally, there's a dent in the armor of 1-0, and maybe that keeps him thinking. It's also so important for INFI to see there is a chance he is not invincible in this tournament. Yeah, the terrain, this is what I mean. Like, INFI, I wouldn't be too surprised to see him play Griffins here, even though the Lich takes them out of the sky. But yeah, discussion for later. Heroes won't change, but maybe everything else. If 1-0, we have to think far back at the beginning of the match. 1-0 was the one to go for the greedy expo, right? And this paved the way for a successful INFI play. If 1-0 plays it more standard and more careful and gets the expo up earlier, we are talking about a whole different game. So First things first.
Absolutely true. The strong early game, the expo lead and the tech lead, that catapulted INFI forward into a strong position. He's going for that instant expansion again. Hit that level 2. Move across the map with AM and go for the expo cancel on the undead side. That is the norm. That is what we expect. That's also what 1-0 is expecting. I wonder how he's going to try to counter that as best he can.
Whew. Expansion coming up. Ziggurat or Haunted? Haunted right away. Interesting. Seems
Really?
like 1-0 really thinks if I play this correctly, I will get through with this.
Seems very risky to me. It seems like this should be an easy cancel. Normally the scout footy sees this early on, but there is no scout footy across the map at the moment. That might be a little bit of a mistake here. Normally we always see that one active.
Well, he will be needed in the defense.
Excuse me, there's one. I missed it. My bad. Saw the expansion, but the AM is in fact not moving across the map. He is taking a defensive posture, ready to receive the enemy.
Well, Lich is working on those damage numbers again. 50k.
Acid steal with the Skelly. Double steal! Oh my god, with the Skelly. Double steal. That's insane. That's such a huge experience swing.
Is this happy playing? Oh my god, 1-0 coming out, firing full cylinders. 2.3 Lich already. This is gonna be a painful start for the second map for INFI.
Yeah, this AM is going to be stuck on level 2 a long time. And Lich is pretty close to that level up if he gets a couple peasant kills. The timing on the Haunted is phenomenal. The lumber is looking really good for the undead. This is a fantastic start for 1-0 right here.
We get the creep up, and New Rod of Necromancy shall be up in a second as well. Unpunished instant expo is an absolute dream. INFI has some heavy lifting to do now, and he got very small arms.
Absolutely no damage items found so far. Just lots of rings and some gauntlets. Tank items going to be great later on for Death Knight and MK. Not the favorite for these two heroes. INFI now going for a timing attack.
A player's forces
Seems
are
mistimed
under
though.
attack.
The expo's finished. The tower is up. I feel like INFI here is perhaps not going for the right attack timings here on map 2.
Well, he has an idea. Let's see what comes out of it. Maybe killing some acolytes. Fortitude was sniping acolytes big time in his series recently versus Labyrinth. And maybe that's a similar approach here. You know, a haunted gold mine is all fine and stuff, but if there's no acolytes, it doesn't give you anything. That Nova gave him a lot though, and that attack has been defended beautifully, easy. And 1-0 is, I'm almost already on victory road from here on out.
Yeah, this is seriously the 1-0 has. Faster attack, higher level lich. This is what you're looking for. Expo timing basically equal. I wonder if we played this map back after INFI gets up his expansion, right? Or after he finishes the creep, if he runs across the map, does he not think he gets the expo cancel? I guess he thinks he didn't, or maybe was the scout too late? He found out too late. Like, because this is the early game go-to he has had. I've seen many of his games recently. Get level 2, go across, cancel his expansion, try to get ahead early, right? This has been the repetition time and time again. So the fact that he didn't go for it this time, it's confusing to me. I wonder why. I would love to know his reasoning here. Obviously, he is in fantastic shape and so good in this matchup, must have a good reason.
Can ask him on WeChat.
INFI, can you pause the game right now?
Well,
Give me some important answers. I am the one you want to be talking to.
The game is paused. What else does he have to do?
Thinking, Neo. Thinking. Big brain, big brain.
Okay, okay. Maybe cat issue on 1-0 side. We've seen that cat jump onto keyboards many times. Now surround on the water elemental. Oh, actually not
A
close.
player's forces
Second
are
try.
under attack.
Got him. INFI needs to creep. We need that strong water elemental. And maybe a play of game 1 is necessary here. With the Zeppelin, drop into bases, do lots of damage. Seems like something like this, something out of the ordinary is required now.
AM finishes the camp, still not level 3. This is because of those 2 skelly last hits. Insane last hit skills that 1-0 showed there. Part of the lead here that he has worked towards. Lich is again getting pretty quickly close to level 4. Gonna pick up a big consumable here. If it's a big mana potion, I'm sure he's gonna sell it. And I think on the Lich, that's perhaps the right call.
Agree. Very much agree. Good to have the Rings of Protection on INFI's side. Heroes must survive. Physical damage always high with ghouls and lich right clicks. But yeah, how can you slow down the undead? You gotta find a way to slow down the undead somehow.
AM gets level 3, nice militia creeping. He now is hoping to get lots of ghoul kills with a level 2 water elemental for more experience and slowing down the undead, as you point out. Footies won't be good for long. In fact, they're not even good right now, but they're still okay.
Oh,
You need to get more
double
value
kill.
out of them.
Forces are under
You saw that? Nova onto 2 footies, they both died. Ay, 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 ay. Things are going from bad to worse. Archmage can do some damage, but towers are up, as so often. INFI on the way to tier 3 with the double Rex Mountain King. Nothing out of the ordinary, but also double Rex usually means no Griffins.
Yeah, Night Gyro plus upgrades, probably going to be his trusted army. That's what brought him the victory in the previous map and in previous games. I don't think there's much reason to deviate. Waiting for the MK to join, and then the next big decision to be made. Are we going to go creeping, or are we still going to look for a fight to activate those footmen?
Rough, rough, rough. Thank you, Rusty, for the 70-month prime. Big numbers, just like lich damage values. Big info potion, awesome. Mountain King out, 1000 gold on INFI. I wonder if on a map like this he goes for 1 tank again. That was a bit disruptive, but also didn't influence the game too much.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, I think you do that more when you're feeling really strong, when you're feeling a bit ahead. I would think here it's going to be rather straight gyros. Could go for a cannon tower again. I like that at the expansion, by the way. Arcane tower for the early game, 1 cannon tower for the late game. No need for guard towers, really, because you should be getting those knights and gyros out in time to really deal with a big threat.
Agree. if you're not under super pressure from like one base undead, you should always have the gyro numbers if you keep them safe. Guard towers that oftentimes lost, even though like it's not destroyer meta in this matchup at the moment anyway. So destroyers aren't a big of a threat at any point in the game. Lich is roaming. I like that. And boom goes the dynamite. Another big impact Nova. Even if it's just for the speed, it slows INFI down big time.
Experience. Experience, as mentioned previously, hugely important. How INFI really won that game in the end was with strong heroes. MK hitting 3, Pally hitting 3. Those were huge milestones. And the experience also is where 1-0 is ahead. More experience and more items so far. He is throwing his weight around. He's feeling strong. Understandable.
Do you know where 1-0 is also ahead?
What's that?
Workers on the main gold mine. INFI's on 4.
Oh.
INFI is on 4 for quite a while. 300 gold.
Alright, that's not ideal, certainly. But on 2 bases, it is not as super painful as it is on 1 base. I guess that's a little bit of a silver lining here. Hopefully he's going to realize at some point, maybe when the Pally pops out. It's going to be in a moment. And what's the third hero of 1-0? I think Dark Ranger is going to get weaker and weaker over time. I would like to see a Crypt Lord. And yeah, there he is.
Alright, amazing versus Knights, amazing versus Mortars. Impale just wonderful. Against INFI, you sometimes have to check if there's Griffins coming, because then Crypt Lord is dog shit, or as some people would say, garbage. But yeah, this is a very fine scenario for the Beetle Boy.
One workshop being taken out. If 1-0 now goes for destroyers, it's going to be difficult to counter for our human player. TP on home. AM rejoins the rest of the army at the expansion. The army for INFI right now doesn't look very big, does it?
Not really, no. And the majority is footmen. That is not much. One workshop also destroyed. This slows down everything. INFI has resaturated the base, thankfully. So we even out that econ. Second workshop cannot fall.
Pairing peasants are a great Nova target. Yep, there it is. Destroyer morph, gyro's ready, but the web is also waiting.
So many workers falling. So many workers falling. Lumber isn't an issue, really. But yeah, destroyer call. And they came from behind. With 2 workshops, you can sometimes outproduce them. On 1 workshop, that's terrible. We throw the kitchen sink at this push. It is militia time, but they are getting greeted by Nova Impale. Perfect on all the Knights.
Gyro so far not having a good time. This is a great fight for 1-0 indeed. He's owning so far. INFI is far from that powerful point where you saw him on the last map.
Needs recovery. What is there? Level 3 Mountain King around the corner. INFI showing some survival skills, but the worst is yet to come. A-bombs coming, disease coming.
1-0. Ever since these last hit steals with the Skelly, he's been ahead this game. He's been playing his lead very well. INFI needs to dig deep, man, to get back in this game. It's looking very rough currently.
Maybe Crypt Lord behind enemy lines. 1 kill would be level 3. Staff ready as so often. And now we do have the level 3 and another Fiend will be falling here. Double kill INFI.
Ooh, nice Impale. Hitting that MK as well, slowing him down. He's got 1 clap left. These claps have been phenomenal on the previous map as well. Only 1 staff so far, by the way. Far away from that triple staff.
Right on, but the claps are devastating. If he can save the majority of the Knights and heal them up again. 1-0 is losing an unusual number of Fiends.
Yeah, really good Knight targeting. I love that the MK isn't wasting his Storm Bolts on the Lich, as I think many humans are doing. Rather using the clap. But now the mana is low. MK low mana, Pally low mana. We need clarities.
Post-fight clarity is what INFI needs. Staff ready, that's number 2. We need 3. Big chunky boys coming. Lich, 10,000 damage mark crossed once again. And the Crypt Lord not feeling a huge impact here. He has 1 more Impale, but he might also be hurt. INFI looking for some surrounds. It seems like it doesn't hit them, but the gyros are hitting.
And those destroyers never get denied. Magic immune, remember, cannot be Dark Ritualed. Lich 1 kill away from level 5, by the way. MK would be the biggest kill, but he's staffed out of the fight now for a long time. And that gyro Should be enough. Yep, level 5. All right, and now we're really playing.
Now we are really playing indeed. Ooh, the damage will be crazy. Ring of Region on the Paladin, not so bad. We got good macro. We are rebuilding the workshop in the main. Not to be exposed here. Nova, focus. But Holy Light is ready. Are we diving a little bit too deep, or is this already the knockout punch? Aiming for Archmage.
Yeah, this is scary, dude. Pally's only level 1. Aim's only level 3. 2 levels behind the Lich, who's been getting so many kills. Eats the A-bomb, back to full mana. Lots of Novas.
Exactly, and they will all end up on the workers to reduce INFI's income. First, he does that to himself. Now, courtesy of 120. Gyros are flying in again. One destroyer kill would be sweet to have more uptime on Knights, and he's trying to chase them away. The Fiends are the target always.
MK, the only really strong-looking hero here on level 3 currently. AM seems to be a bit behind. Crippled level 2 now as well. Becomes very tanky here with the passive.
Couple of webs, couple of kills. Infi has a tough time here. He's always falling back, getting mana back. Without clap, it's impossible. But that is time for 120 to use the spells on the workers. Shredder in the mix as well, getting punished immediately.
Uphill battle for Infi here. It has been pretty much the entire game since like minute 4 when he didn't get the expo cancel. Using more and more. Level 1 Holy Light seems to be only scratching the surface of what's necessary.
Also, Devotion Aura is missing against that target fire that we had on level 2 in the last game. Always solid damage, but the statues are there. 2 of them empty, by the way. Don't really do much, but the Spirit Touch is always available. Clap doesn't find too many targets here. 18 food, 17 food lead, and A-bomb might be falling, but the Knight as well.
The experience.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, not if he denies it.
Wait,
Didn't get the kill in time.
he needs to get to these Fiends somehow. This Hero Knight. Oh, doesn't. The coil is there in time. GG. Infi sees no way out. Good for the viewers. We go game 3.
Hell yeah, this series certainly deserves it. This one not quite the tense, tight banger as map 1 was. Infi just fell a bit too far behind in the early game. And I think against 120 in this current shape, can't fall behind, dude. Cannot fall behind. You need to get a good early to get off to a good start like he did map 1. And you need to cancel that expansion. I think it pretty is that black and white. I think you just have to cancel the expo. It has to be part of your early game.
Long time developing, long time theory crafting is now finally coming to War 3 Champions as a test. You can pick your skill level that you think you have. And from there on out, it should be a more smooth journey into the War 3 Champions experience. Hopefully many newer players try this out and give their feedback if it's working as intended or not, if it's a pleasant journey or not, if you find the right opponents or not. Great step forward to War 3 Champions, as this was for a long time their #1 issue.
There's also some open terrain, though. Around the tavern, normally there's some good room. Next to the red camp, there's some good room. But especially if we're fighting at the corner expos, there it always seems to be very congested. All right, here comes the Archmage. Wait, he's not going for an instant expo creep. Is he playing one base?
If I remember correctly, he had some harsh words against the Fortitude rifle pushes, if memory serves me right. Maybe it's just a later expo. And what's 120 doing? Got the Acolyte saved here, not killed. Got the second one up as well. And this time, Ziggurat into expo. Due to the position, surely as well. But on map 3, he doesn't want to let his team down. He wants to catch the 5th victory in the playoffs. And then playing a little slower.
A player's forces are under attack.
It's showing up. Ooh, Last Sicily here could be crazy if he gets the big boy. Little bit too late. That was just like 2 seconds off. But he can still get the trappers.
Right on. Nova, here is level 2, and this is the mana battery. Always on time and always at the perfect time is Michael Bradley with another $10 super chat, the YouTube MVP. Much love, my dude. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Great support from you guys. Thank you very much. Big thank you, by the way, also to Juddy still. I think I didn't mention that earlier. That was absolutely wonderful. Towers being set up. Towers being cancelled. Infi has to get the cancel now, and should be easy with the footies here. Haunted still
Player's
far
forces
off.
are under attack.
Okay, we'll see. Water Elemental easy breakthrough. And then we focus on the tower. Skeleton's still here. Shouldn't really lead to many kills, but he gets one for free. Skeletons, of course, also XP. And Expo is cancelled as expected.
But he's falling back. AM has one water elemental again in a couple of seconds. Then he can look for another cancel, maybe. While the Arcane Tower is being set up. This likely will finish. But the Expo timing here looking a little late on both players.
Okay, who brawls better when you're in the Stone Age? Unga Bunga Warcraft with ghouls and footmen. Archmage being threatened here. Save some time. Can he save 20 seconds for the Arcane?
Next Nova could hit huge on those peasants. Ideally want to split them. You see that INFI even split 3 peasants away. Really sick. He saw it coming. Still damage taken. Of course, Nova still hurts. But he reduces it by a good amount.
Archmage not getting hit anymore thanks to the Cloak of Shadows. Kinda nice. And Arcade Tower is up at 5. I think with that uncancelable. And the Lich doesn't want to be in range.
Across the map. Oh, this is a big moment. If INFI doesn't get this cancel, he might very well be behind.
Ooh, how long is the duration? 1/3 only. Archmage can hide here, of course.
Cloak. The cloak is really sick right now. He can't be forced into a TP.
Oh, hit and hide. Hit and hide. Water Elemental gone. We need this Archmage or the Footman. Amazing play by INFI. The early game item allowed this and he's playing into the strength immediately. Beautiful.
Still dangerous. That Lich has a Nova in a moment. He's almost level 3. But that's the Expo cancel. While the own expansion is coming up. Going for a shop early as well. Sick play by INFI here. Absolutely wonderful once more. Of course, though, it comes at a price.
Deny on one Footman as well. Another Water Elemental. 1-0. Desperately trying to get that second base up. He's not teching. But Nova ready now.
Kingfi right now. That's how he's playing. He wants to show to us all that map 2 was just a fluke. Something went wrong in the early game. We shouldn't judge him by it. This would be cancel number 4 right here.
He stays in the shadows. This, of course, the Brilliance Aura running as well for maybe another Water Elemental soon. This one gets taken out. It is... Attack is the best defense. And here is the attack. But that's a 3-4 ghoul attack. I don't think that's doing too much. Archmage is getting caught now thanks to Dust. Moving away. And is not getting caught by Nova.
Ghoul counterattack could be really scary here. How many do we have moving? We have 6 on the map. 7th joining. Lich level 3. Bringing the rod. Great attack by INFI. Playing like Kingfi. But now, defense time.
And we have a level 3 Lich against him. Ghoul's already hurt. Archmage has to heal. And he needs mana as well. And he can't get the regen cancelled because of that goddamn MVP cloak.
Absolutely wonderful usage. But this is going to be painful. No ways about it. Lich has lots of mana. Lots of danger here with the ghouls present. The low-level water elementals a little underwhelming currently.
We have a 3 HP militia going back. The Archmage is just spamming water elementals as much as he can. Clarity running and healing still running as well. Arcane can't target the Lich because 1-0. Good danger, good distance from those towers. Is this critical damage, Remo? I don't think so.
There's lots of kills though. AM still afraid. AM still not level 3. And the thing is, and that expansion is way later, but the tech is way faster. Tech has started a long time ago.
Yep.
With that tech in mind, I think 1-0 actually might have this lead.
This is a 7-minute tech by INFI. It is late indeed. The economy is still running. Bit of a downside now that the tech is running that you can't rebuild workers as fast as you would like to. Archmage needs to hide again after that regen scroll. Oh, he didn't hit the button. Now he is. Oh, the altar is late. The tech advantage by 1-0, not as meaningful because his altar is late.
Indeed. 20 seconds at least. The hero's going to be later and the tech to tier 3 as well. INFI still feeling a bit afraid, understandably. AM is looking weak. He had lots of cancels, but it came at the price of having almost no kills going his way. No level up to level 3 still. Would love to get 1 orange camp. If the Lich just left, he could go for the chop maybe. Creep that, get level 3, finally get a big upgrade.
Amazing Warcraft here, guys. We got Militia creeping. That's how you get XP. I doubt it's enough for level 3. Oh, could be close, actually. 2 level 2 wolves. Yeah. Okay, we got those important water elementals. And tech is progressing. Lumber is a bit of an issue for INFI, I think. Only 18 workers.
Now the pendulum might swing back. Footies across the map. Oh, would love to get a heal scroll. Yeah, AM is heading to the shop. He wants to get that heal scroll here for sure. Lich ideally should have bought it. Maybe a bit of an oversight. We all know how INFI loves to go for these footy attacks.
120 is doing the same. Hurt ghouls though. Like half of them. And the ghouls might be needed at home here, but also 120 says, hey, wait, there's something missing. Where's that old man? Here it is with so much mana.
2 towers set up at the expansion. Very good. Deny on the ghoul, but level 3 is achieved. This is a really strong human push right now. 120 might want to wait for the DK to really fight.
The slaughterhouse easily cancelled. Delays statues, delays destroyers. Fiends are coming in. This is, what is it? 9 footies. What are we going for? Many targets.
Acolytes, I suppose, the easiest to try to take out. Diving deep into the main base. There's no towers here. Only now the Nerup upgrading. But here's the DK. Thanks to the tech, but a little bit later because of the light altar. Water Elementals can look for ghoul kills right here.
Yeah, ghoul number 1 farming. Acolyte still under attack, but Nova hits hard. It is level 4. He can eat the skeletons and ghouls for more mana at the moment. He's rather dry though, so you don't have to fear more AoE. INFI sees there is a lot happening here. So maybe rather retreat, lean into the water elementals. He has an exit spot and it fiends around it.
Nice. Nice fiends around. A ghoul killed as well. Heal scroll. Maybe he shouldn't even use it. Maybe it would be wasted here. Keep it for the knights later. Yep. Gonna hold on to that heal scroll. Didn't have a great opportunity for it. Good hold also by 120. But INFI, you know, clawing back that tech disadvantage a little bit, but he's still behind.
Tech on the way. 75 seconds. Double, triple racks coming. And 1-2 workshops at the expo as well. Archmage not getting punished for this. Tier 3, 35 seconds. Very exposed main base. Wonder if 120 is looking at that. Probably not with that forward base.
Left creeping here by the MK, by the way. Solo creeping for him. This camp gives you instant level 2. Trying to keep up with the DK or maybe even get ahead. Level 3 MK was hugely impactful in both previous maps. Want to get there as fast as you can, ideally.
Invo potion on the Mountain King now as well. Love the use of items too. 120 scouting. Where's the creeping happening? Okay, I might have some time. A level 5 Lich. Not ultra far away. Thank you, Sonode, for the 25. Lumber economy back up for 120 after this little harass, and both waiting for their tier 3 rewards.
INFI is conceding the middle, by the way. Understandably, before tier 3 he's pretty weak. Full map control right now with 120. And that's big items, man. This is big items, big experience from these 2 center camps. INFI creeping the smaller ones, not quite as amazing ones on the outskirts.
Mountain King is getting closer to 3. Red spots, of course, the best ones. No web just yet. Gyro gets scouts out. Tactically, unit variety, we don't expect anything here. No Banshees, no Griffins. It's what we've seen before. It's all about who controls it better and who hits the better timings.
Nice gyro scouting. Sees exactly where the Lich is. Fairly weak items on the Lich, by the way. No robe, no claws. Just gloves.
Big push.
Right before the MK's level 3. But this is just some peasant damage here. This isn't really strong enough of an undead army to really go for a devastating blow.
Yeah, didn't go for a destroyer morph at all, seeing the tower. Waiting for the bombs. On springtime, he hit him a lot harder with more destroyers. Refrains from doing so. And it's Knights, Paladin out. Shop accessible. First staff in the inventory.
Okay, might be looking at the lab here for a bit more experience. Or maybe it's a little creepjack over at the Merc camp. Knights approaching from the back. Bad position for the undead here.
No TP. He can't get out. Book of the Dead. Nice. Invo potion. Sweet. Can INFI do crucial damage here? The undead summons more undead. Hammer to fiend heads. Denied, of course. Not much experience for INFI, but the forces for 120 should be struggling as there is no A-bomb. Still, INFI retreats.
INFI needs an orb of slow, I think. Doesn't have one yet on the AM with that orb, by the way. Also going to have great right-click damage on this first hero. MK would love to get in one or two more creep camps to get that level 3.
Level 5 on the Lich, 13 minutes in. That's a problem. That's the problem. A-bomb, meat shield, 4 statues on the ground, and we go back to the Dark Ranger. Might not be as impressive as the Crypt Lord can be, but it is tempo.
And that means the longer the game goes, the better it should be for INFI, most likely. Next Nova, more peasants falling. INFI trying to set up the flank here. Now a good number of knights on the field.
Again, no TP. We throw hammers to heads, and clap should be available as well. Nova, of course, ramping up 12k damage. Not as impressive as we've seen before. Heal scroll, staff. Remarkable micro by INFI to start this off, but it's only a level 2 Mountain King, and the oomph is missing a bit.
True. There's not much firepower here yet. MK in trouble. The Invo Potion perfectly timed, though. But that's not going to be lasting much longer.
We need a Holy Light. Where's the Holy Light? INFI! We go for the Lich. Holy Light is ready. Lich surrounded, but Knights are suffering. Now, Mountain King safe to the right-hand side. Gyro's been wept out of the air. And the Militia might all be slaughtered here. Good experience for 1-0.
Bit out of mana, but not for long. That A-bomb is looking juicy. Could get back to full mana easy. Yep, there it is. All the Novas back in business.
Number is okay so far, but we don't have a Shredder this game. Never made it to the laboratory. Trying to buy some time, trying to let the clarities run. INFI needs 1 or 2 kills for that so impactful clap 2. Maybe the Destroyer is a target, but he can't run into these fiends.
Gyro's a little far ahead over here. MK is decently healthy, but not super healthy to be honest, and he doesn't have Invo Potion. That's the big danger right now. MK in trouble.
Staff ready this time. Perfectly timed, but again, Stormbolt, the crowd control is missing. This dwarf offers so much. The tug of war between INFI and 1-0 that's been going on for 10 years continues.
1-0's almost not losing anything. Look at the bank building. 1,200 gold. Could go for more upgrades. Should be going for more upgrades here to strengthen the fiends.
Staying at 73 for now. More A-bombs, more fiends, another gyro. INFI, this was not your fight, man. You had to go for it. He's not giving us the last hurrah. 1-2-0 clutches it out. He might lose a map, but he's not losing series here in these playoffs. The list of victims grows to 5 after Sock and Lawlion and Focus. Now today, INFI. And previously, of course, Labyrinth. He is the dominating force of these playoffs. And now comes the dominating force of this tournament. 1-0 versus Life coming up. Team Life needs the captain. Team Life needs the reverse all kill.